Polly, from now on, we're on our own. Dangerous men are coming for us.
How's it going, Taron?
Hey Joe, how are you, mate?
I'm doing all right. Monday talking about a cool movie.
Love
A
that, thank
movie
you.
that is like a movie that is in becoming one of my favorite genres. I feel, which I have called "Girl Dad with a Gun."
Yeah,
Um,
nice.
it's a it's a very fun genre. As a girl
Yeah.
dad myself, sometimes you gotta solve some problems and get your hands dirty, right?
Well, that makes me a little scared of you, but look, I'm a sucker for anyone who likes the film. So thank you.
Oh yeah, well, I guess this is how I warm up to you. Just say nice things and butter you up. I
Wicked.
just got to ask you, what drew you to this role in particular?
Uh, it's hard. I don't always know exactly. Um, I think I felt like I read the script and I thought, if we make this movie and we do a good job, I'll put this on in like 20 years and feel good about it because it's got a timeless quality to it, and I like the kind of the barren bleakness of the environment. It's not like a movie filled with the trappings of modernity, it's not like it's like stripped back, it's raw, it's got the quality of a western. um I like him for his humanity and his kind of his his inability to process anything that's happened to him, and his complete emotional inarticulacy. And then amidst all the chaos and carnage of what happens, he is able to find it in himself to love his daughter and to reforge that relationship after years of absence. And I don't know, well, that was just very moving to me, and I just thought it was very unlike anything I'd done before. Yeah, and it was super rewarding to be a part of.
That's awesome. And what I really enjoyed about the movie is it's relatable in a way. Obviously, not all the murder stuff, but all the an aspect of being a father is that you want to protect your kids, and you want to shield them from anything bad happening to them. But then there are times where, as adults, you make a mistake, and sometimes that causes pain to
Yeah,
your children,
right.
and atoning for that. How do you prepare for that, and especially in this movie that gets into some really heavy places like this?
Well, I don't, you're clearly a father, so I'm not. So that for me is an entirely imaginative process. But, and, I know, of course, you can never know what it's like to have a child until you have one. And I totally believe that and understand that. But, I know what it is to love, and I know what it is to, to feel protective of somebody. And, um, I know what it is to feel that you sacrifice everything for somebody, and it's about love. In that sense, although it's a very hard movie, it's a very kind of tough movie, it's kind of a sad movie. It's about love, and that has a quality to it that I think transcends the circumstances of the film and makes it, to my eyes, very universal.
And I really feel like what hit me the hardest, obviously, is that final scene. And minor spoiler warnings for everyone who are yet to see the film, is going to see this interview, but that TikTok dance scene,
Yeah,
and it just like it the loss of innocence there,
yeah, yeah,
because this poor girl has just
yeah.
through a very short time gone through so much. And I just wanted to talk to you about that final scene, because how devastating it is to see that.
Yeah, totally, man. I wasn't obviously there that day. I'm not in that scene
Yeah.
for reasons that we both know. But I when I saw it, I heard from crew. They're like, "You missed something special. Something special happened on set that day." And I when I saw it, that thing you're talking about, that loss of innocence, it is so heartbreaking and it is so tragic and sad. But it's damn, is it moving? And it's and it is. You can choose, for some people that is off-putting about the movie. It's too much for them to take, and they feel kind of denied of some sort of happy ending that they feel that they're entitled to. I just don't think life is like that, and I think there is worse going on now, in the world. Um, that we are very, very, very exposed to, and we see a lot of on a daily basis. And I, I think for me, the tone of the movie is much more about the tough side of life, but also, it's still about love, and it's about love even in the hardest of circumstances. And for me and my sensibilities, that not only does it have value, it actually makes it more valuable.
And you touched on, the crew saying that was a really special day, and that just goes to the talent of your co-star.
Yeah.
Can you talk about working with her and just that process of seeing such immense abilities from a child? That's crazy.
It's pretty weird, man. It's like a hard thing to process because she makes it feel like it's not performance, and I think it makes the movie challenging because people really feel that a child is going through those things. And she's an extraordinary, extraordinary young artist. Also, the talent of Nick Rowland, because it doesn't matter how talented an actor is, it still requires a great filmmaker to be able to create a set of circumstances where talent can thrive and blossom in that way. And that scene at the end of the movie, how Nick got her to that place where they were able to convey wordlessly what's going on, to the point where you yourself have had such an acute understanding and reaction to what is happening. That's that's a number of very talented people, but in this iteration, talking about it in this way, that's Nick and Ana working together in a really special way to make something quite singular, I think. And it was a lovely thing for me to watch after the fact, because I had no part in making it, and sadly, it is my favorite moment in the movie. But it was just such a treat to watch that after not really knowing what they were doing that day.
Yeah, for sure. Understood. Now you're it's because you've been doing a lot of like really intimate, smaller roles where you get into a lot of darker roles recently. And so but you came up in franchises.
Yeah.
Your household name because of things like, The Kingsman and Sing. And so I got to ask, like James Bond is casting. What are you gonna put your hat in the ring for that one?
No. And I don't think I'm a good choice for it. I think I'm too messy for that. I think I'm not. I really love James Bond, and particularly Daniel Craig's tenure. But I think I wouldn't be good at it, and I think there's like so many cool young, I think younger actors who would be great for it. I think it would be wasted on me, probably. But that's not to say that I don't have aspirations and plans, and also that I wouldn't be interested in doing something that's more commercial, because of course I would, I think I'm at a period in my life where, as you say, I've been probably following the things that speak to me on a kind of on a creative level a little bit more. But, I'm sure I won't feel that way forever. But James Bond is quite an undertaking, and I think, well, one, as far as I'm aware, nobody's asking me to do it, but also it's possibly not quite the thing that would, I think, make me happiest. I don't think that's a big old undertaking. Kind of consumes your life, I think, a role like that.
I do appreciate you taking the time again. I really enjoyed the movie, man.
Thank you, man.
Great.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. It's really lovely to talk with you, and thank you for being so thoughtful, Joe.
I appreciate it, man. Hopefully we'll get to speak soon.
I'd love that. Take care, mate. Thank you.